Hello and welcome to another episode of Full Warning, a Team Serious podcast. My name is Roger James.
And I'm BC Jordan.
And joining us today is Tom Basketball.
Yes. Old Tommy B.
Old Tommy B's. Better known to us as Bryan Hockey with a Y, in case you want to know.
Oh, we're letting the cat out of the bag, man.
I mean, no one's going to believe me. That's the whole point. No one's going to believe me anyway, Bryan, that your name is actually Bryan, right? Do you think anyone will believe me?
I mean, they might. You are a fellow champion, so you have some credibility in this regard.
Yeah, not many people listen to this podcast, though.
Yeah, I think most of them already know.
This will probably be the most listened to episode we ever have, though. I will be honest. The previous most listened to episode we had was our old school episode when we went to Kumite, and we had like 80 streams or something, 90 streams maybe. So not a massive.
So this one breaks 90,000 streams, man. Not bad. Not bad.
I think we'll break 100 with this one, yeah, Angelo. Yeah. So I went and looked back through all the episodes we've recorded. You have never been a guest on this podcast before. I realized once I was looking over our previous guests, you've never been a guest on this podcast before.
I thought I was. I thought we did this once before, but I don't know. It doesn't feel familiar.
Normally, when we have someone on for the first time, we try to give them, we ask them a specific question. So, Hockey.
Who are you, and what are you doing here?
It's so vague. It's so open-ended. I am Tom Basketball. I have played Magic at least twice. There's proof. And I just won Eternal Weekend, the Legacy portion. I'm a champion, if you will.
Well, thank you for that. So in addition to this, and I'm going to turn it over to Angelo to kind of walk you through things we care about, but we want to give you a little runway for you to tell us about how you got from there to here. What is your magical journey? Tell us about how you first started turning cardboard sideways, basically.
The very beginning was sometimes we'd go over to a friend's house and there'd be like 4 or 5 of us, and he would get out a shoebox full of loose Magic cards, all colors, whatever basic lands he just had, and we would each grab a stack and play what we imagined the game of Magic to be.
What sets are we talking for this? Are we working with revised here? Are we working with Odyssey? Like, where are we at?
The card I remember the most, because it was like the biggest bomb in the whole pile, was Crosis the Purger, which I think is an invasion card.
Absolutely sick.
And the other thing I remember a lot about that is the best removal spell in the whole thing was Dark Banishing.
It's a great removal spell.
You know, if you got both Crosis and Dark Banishing, like, you won, man. You're going to win. There's no way we could beat you.
Lights out.
We did that, half a dozen times, and I thought that was fun. I don't know, we stopped for whatever reason. And then years later, I met some people who actually played Magic. Went over their house, and I was all excited to play some Magic. And he hands me a little deck of beaters. I'm playing them, making constant mistakes and stuff, because I don't know how the rules of the game are. And I play them, and at some point, he makes a Crip Rats and puts a Spirit Link on it and blows up the whole board and gains 40 life. And that's when I was like, I'm gonna play this game. This is the right here. I need to do that to somebody.
Oh, grief face.
The removal spell. I remember he showed me Terror, and I was like, "That's not a real card. There's no way. It's way too good.
Too good."
Power creep.
Yeah.
Reverse power creep
from Dark Banishing. Yeah.
I don't know why it seemed like a non-issue that it couldn't kill a whole color of creatures, but
doesn't Dark Banishing also not hit non-black?
But yeah, I think it's like the same card, just worse.
Well,
yeah.
Terror is non-artifact, non-black.
Okay, yeah.
Dark Banishing hits the artifact creatures.
Oh, wow.
Hence the 1 more mana.
Yeah, I didn't believe terror was real, and then he showed me Swords of Plowshares, and a lot of people have Swords of Plowshares story of, oh, the life gain, that offsets it. I knew immediately that didn't matter at all. And I was like, oh.
All right,
And
well,
I got
so
into
just
it
I want to
immediately
get
after
this
that.
on record real quick. Terror was the card that got you in. We're just gonna say that. Terror.
Yeah, I
You
think
saw terror and you were like, I'm down.
terror, Crip Rat Spirit Link was the combo.
That Spirit Link. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really the thing that
That sounds like
you.
a Kyle Wells deck.
does kind of sound like a Kyle Wells deck.
Like he's gonna run that the next MS champs.
With Ohio Anti, I was able to recapture the spirit by having like Orcish Bombardiers or Cannoneers or whatever it's called, put Spirit
Yeah,
Link in
dude.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finally got to live that dream because I never got to make a Crip Rat Spirit Link deck. By the time I had the means of assembling those cards, I was getting into competitive formats.
Tell us about that. How did you transition then? You got that Criplat Spirit Link thing, and then what was your first F&M or kind of competitive experience or beyond F&M even?
I didn't really get to play competitive at all until I was in college. I had no money ever, and I discovered magic-league.com, bootleg moto. It's, it's like cockatrice now. Like that's what we played. But they would run like actual tournaments and organized through IRC. I became a judge on there so that I could run my own tournaments because I was tired of no one running legacy events because all I wanted to do was play legacy. I always thought it was like stupid.
Okay.
That there were formats that didn't have all the cards. Like that was dumb to me.
You wanted to be able to play Criprat Spirit Link even if you weren't doing that.
I just didn't like the whole idea of standard in general. I was like, no, you gotta play all of them. We gotta have all the cards.
Money
well,
racket.
you didn't want to look up cards, I think, is what it sounds like to me.
No, I think that's fine. I mean, that's how I feel now. Now I'm not into standard because there's no way I could keep up. I don't have the time or the attention span for Magic to do that. But no, I probably played Legacy weekly from 2007 to 2019. Every week I was playing some sort of Legacy event in there.
Oh.
I think I started with a borrowed Merfolk deck. So it was the Fun Police just starting out. Eventually I managed to build Counterbalance, Sensi's Defining Top, and basically played that the entire time it was legal.
Let's talk about the club connection and how you came into our sphere of influence, our sphere of friendship.
Yeah.
You were rolling down in Austin. You're not from there, right?
No, I'm from Michigan. I'm from Ann Arbor.
So it's kind of funny because you're hanging out with Romancing the Stones down in Austin, and then because of the internet and the pandemic, Team Serious and RTS got intertangled digitally, and then you made a decision to come to the land with your crew. What was that? How many years ago was that now? Like 22?
The very
I think it was 22.
22. Yeah, the first one they came was 22.
We made shirts.
Yeah, we got to meet all you guys. Tell us about the behind the scenes in Austin. What was the discussion? Did we go meet these guys? I mean, because that was a pretty pivotal event for most of the crew, but especially you now that you live close to us. We see you more than they do.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think like Stu must have talked to Raja. I don't know who reached out to who, and then kind of was like, "Hey, do you guys want to go to this thing? We're invited." And we were all like, "Yeah, like let's go." And so after we decided we were gonna go, it was like, we're a little bit more serious than them. Like, yeah, even though they're 1,000%.
It's hard to beat.
And it was like, are we gonna kind of just mess around, play stuff? And then eventually we kind of all ended up, no, we're gonna show up and crush them. I want them to have to get into competitive vintage and stuff. It would be disingenuous to show up with a joke deck.
Raw.
Many people appreciated that. Some people didn't, but many did appreciate that because you were just staying true to your guys' roots. You have a very competitive, invitational scene. Then you're trying to compete for these invites, and you've created something cool. People do play creative decks in that for sure.
Only after they've qualified for the invitational.
Yeah. Yeah, I played a lot of Lutri decks after I qualified.
Fair enough.
Did you win a Team Serious event?
Kegerator, the first Kegerator. Didn't you win?
Yeah, the first Kegerator Invitational, which was what? I don't know, 15 people
Yeah, it was a small house one.
last year, 2024.
Yeah.
But no, I was playing Legacy in Austin, and that's how I like met all the Romancing the Stones guys and became a Stone myself. And they were like, "Come play Vintage," and I was sort of uninterested
All the
and
cards?
sort of interested at the same time. And so I go to some event. I got Oath, and I had the worst time. Friends don't let friends play Oath. It's miserable. And we didn't have the show and tell technology where you're a combo deck. You were trying to be this stupid control deck. And you didn't have a Trox, so you had like whatever thing that wasn't good enough and no one even remembers what they're called.
Thanks to the
Inferno
Sterling.
Titan. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
like
is Inferno Titan Oath.
So I had a terrible time. And then the next event, I showed up and I was like, I'm not even going to play. I'm just going to hang out for a little bit. And then someone was like, here, play this PO deck. And I had never seen the card before. I'm like, all right, I'll play this. Win the event, smooth sailing the whole way. PO is a drug. Everyone should play a PO deck at least once.
And what year was that? That was 2019.
That was, yeah, it's got to be 2018, 2017.
Before COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, the first Eternal Weekend I went to was 2018, and I played
2018.
Dredge.
Okay.
That's where I met Jaco.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he probably doesn't remember because I was just some random opponent that he absolutely crushed. He came with a deck that was like, if I lose even a single game to a Dredge opponent, I will burn my cards on fire. Like every single card he played was absurd. There was main deck Tabernacles, plural.
Jay Hayden.
I gotta say, I didn't know about your Legacy resume. I play Vintage mostly, so I wouldn't have ever run into you playing Legacy.
But Raja, he looks like a Legacy guy. Come on. He walks and talks like a Legacy guy. I knew he played Legacy, even though he never once said anything about it. But you're right. He never talks about it.
You are also right, Angelo. Now that you say that, I should have realized.
Once I was able to play Vintage on the regular, we were kind of getting together for just at a bar for weekly, just sit down, jam a couple games. I didn't need Legacy anymore, but I didn't quit playing Legacy until I'd been complaining about Ponder for years. Like, please just ban this card. I'm so tired of it. I had a hand where, because I'm playing Ponder too,
Right.
Yeah,
I had to like ponder, fetch, and I just was like, I'm done.
I'm
Get
out.
rid of these cards. And that was like the last time I played Legacy regularly was 2019.
Okay.
You just jump back in because you're going to EW. Tell us about leading up to this tournament. Did you prepare?
Oh yeah, I prepared. 2022, I played the online Eternal Weekend Legacy event.
Right. That was your preparation for this event.
And Friday, after scrubbing out a Vintage, Ryan Bartley was kind enough to be like, hey man, I'm not going to play Legacy. I'm going to play the High Roller Vintage event or something. Here you go. Here's a full, like you've been saying you want to play, if you're going to play Legacy, you want to play this stupid Raker deck with 4 rings. Here you go. And I was like, great. I goldfish the deck 3 times. I play a single game against Mike O'Malley.
Known Legacy aficionado Michael
Yeah.
O'Malley.
And then the next game I played with it was round 1.
That's amazing.
I'm super happy, and I know all of your opponents, and especially your finals opponent, is super happy to hear this story.
I mean, I wouldn't shut up about it all day long.
Somebody just
all my opponents were
You
were
are a
extremely
Legacy player,
nice
so of
guys,
course
but
you
yeah.
didn't shut up about it. Yeah, I know, of course. So I want to take a minute there to pause and say, what would you say your role is in Romancing the Stones? Do you have a title?
Eating them, winning invitationals. I run the website, which is why there's a month's delay after any event before Stu's write-up gets posted.
Okay, so you do run the website. So you're like webmaster then, basically.
I suppose, yeah. That's it though. Stu and Tweety do all the planning, and when we try to help them, they're like, "No, we got it."
just real quick, rapid fire. If you take more than 2 seconds to answer, I'm going to answer for you.
Okay.
Who's better at Magic, you or Stu?
Me,
Who's better at Magic, you or Kai?
probably Kai.
Who's better at Magic, you or Pat?
I think it depends on the deck.
Pat. Who's better at Magic, you or Tweety?
Me.
Okay. That's all out there.
Now they know.
Now they know. And now they know where they stand. So you're the webmaster. That's a factual title that you have. What would everyone else say your role is in Romancing the Stones?
I think you're imagining it too much like some sort of organization and not just some friends that put a name on that group of friends.
If you asked us the same question, we wouldn't be able to answer that.
Yeah.
But every social group also has a dynamic. Do you fit a certain niche in that dynamic?
Oh yeah, my job is to be like, no, that's bad. Whatever thing you were thinking about doing in your deck, that's bad. Don't do that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's good. Your deck building friend.
No, I honestly don't know. I don't know what they would say.
All right, so Hockey, I'm a dumbass. I'm new to Vintage. Just tell me about the banned and restricted list. What do you think? Give me the short story. Here's what needs to be unbanned. Here's what you should have watched out for. Hit me.
I don't believe in unbans. I think when a card gets banned, that we should just burn all our copies. Like, that's it. Not actually, like, you can play in a different format, but I generally think, like, it was banned for a reason, even if that reason's no longer there. Either it's safe enough to unban it that there's no point and no one's going to play it, or it's not safe and you'll just have to ban it again. That's kind of how I feel.
So there's nothing that's banned in Vintage currently you think should be unbanned. What about restrictions? You played Vintage on Friday. Did your experience tell you something should be banned?
I think it's fine. I think the list is good. I wish we could unmake Vexing Bauble. That's the most obvious mistake card ever printed. But now that there's just one, it's actually kind of interesting instead of miserable.
Is it interesting or just a feel bad when they have it?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a feel bad in that you can't really plan around them having it, and you can't throw back your triple mocks and do a bunch of broken stuff hand, and then just sometimes have this 1-mana colorless spell. Do you lose?
Should that exist? I mean,
no, but that's, how Vintage works is once the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
We only put 3 out of 4 of them back in. The analogy breaks down very quickly. The only cards that are banned are, the anti cards. And then I would argue that they banned all the companions and then printed new companions that you had to pay 3 mana to put in your hand.
Worlds Beyond.
That is how that errata exists in my mind. When they banned all those cards, and now there's new cards with the same name they got to pay 3 for.
Lutri, the and
Did you play a bunch with Luris before it was banned?
No, I took one look at that and was like, I'm going to wait for this to be over. I didn't
like
play
the seal of fire mirror.
I didn't play any Vintage until the companions were quote unquote.
Oh man, the seal of fire mirror and being able to just cast it off a Lotus, and then replay Lotus immediately. It's insane.
It seems wild. Like, I remember looking at results, and it was just all Luris Breach, and there'd be like one Lutri deck, because just having a Lutri that you can cast at any time makes it really awkward for your opponent to try to counter your spells.
All right, Angelo, I'm derailing us here. So we have the BNR. We talked about the BNR. What I was going to say is basically we are a Vintage podcast, and we probably would have had Mr. Batista on, or tried to get Mr. Batista on here. Mono Black Grief is very serious deck that I would say someone's probably going to play.
His unpowered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just upset about that.
Why are you upset about that?
I'm upset that an unpowered deck was able to do that well. It's
Why?
Sort of like it's like mocking the format.
I think it's great that it was attacking that from that angle. I didn't have a look at his path through. I don't know that he had a especially easy path. I thought I heard he was playing against Luris decks all day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he played against good decks most rounds. Because he was undefeated. Like, you got to be playing against 6 stuff, but you have to run really hot to win any tournament. And how hot do you have to run to win
unpowered? Yeah. I think that the storyline, I like that. I would just comment mono white won again, right? And again, you being a progenitor of that archetype, playing it on stream, one of the first times, I think, in paper. I don't know if there was any other streams of that in paper before you played it. for your invitational.
Yeah, it is a little bit. I'm sure people would have figured out eventually, but I think it's a little bit my fault that we like ruined Vintage for a little while. It was just like every other match was against Mono White, but people started putting removal spells in their deck, and now it's like its win rate is back down to acceptable levels.
You know, I think it's going to be a deck that people are drawn to. Reed said it on the stream, and he wasn't disparaging the deck in any way. He was just saying it is a deck that is more straightforward in its plan. There's not just a lot of decision trees, and it allows newer players to the format to play a powerful deck that has a straightforward plan, though there is a lot of intricacies still.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't really go in for X deck as simple or stupid easy to play or whatever. Who cares? So I do think that my experience playing with that deck kind of translated to playing this Raker deck. Like you have the same sort of puzzle in your opening hands. Does it do something broken? Do we die to Wasteland? That kind of thing.
Right on. So I want to do a segment that I've been really excited about. I've been writing this kind of trivia game, and I want to pit you, Bryan, against Angelo. So this is, I guess, it's the movie magical movie game. So I'll try to explain it. I have an example. I'm going to read you the synopsis of a movie, okay? And that movie combines with a magic card to make a phrase, and that would be the phrase or answer that we are looking for. So this movie...
I'm going to get 0 of these.
Say the last part again.
So here's an example. I'm going to give you guys an example to help illustrate. Okay, so here's the synopsis of the movie. If you get the movie, basically you get like 2 points, or but if you guess the whole thing just off the movie synopsis, you get all the points.
What's the whole thing I'm supposed to guess?
It's going to be a phrase. Okay, so for example, here's the movie description, but it's a phrase that is the combination of the magic card and the movie. Okay, so
all right.
Jamal and Silas are just two regular guys who smoke something magical, ace their college entrance exams, and wind up at Harvard. Ivy League ways are strange, but Silas and Jamal take it in stride until their supply of supernatural smoke runs dry. That's when they have to start living by their wits and rely on their natural resources to make the grade. So I think you know that movie, Angelo. Do you know that movie?
It's with Redman, and I can't remember the name of it.
The name of the movie is Hockey. Do you know it? How High.
That's right.
The name of that movie is How High. So if you knew the name of the movie was How High,
Who's the other dude?
It's Redman and Method Man.
Method Man. That's what I thought. All right.
So then the next clue is going to be the magic card clues. Okay. So the name of the movie is How High, and we're going to make a phrase that combines with the end or the beginning of that movie. Right. So we have How High. The card is colorless. Then I would tell you, then you could try to guess it. And I would tell you the cost is 0. And then you might be able to guess it. And I would tell you the type is a land, right? And then I would tell you further that finally I would tell you the text of that card is tap, add a colorless, tap, sacrifice a creature, you gain 1 life. So do you know that card?
High market.
High market. So the phrase that we would be looking for here is how high market. That's the answer.
Lord Jesus. All right.
I think you're expecting a level of
You're giving us
capability here that's way too high.
We'll try it, and if it falls on its face, then we'll I'll just have to find some more cultured contestants for next time. So I have 5 clues for each of you.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's go.
And then I have 1 tiebreaker clue. Okay.
We gonna make some movie magic.
Let's create some movie magic.
Because you did not use the magic word.
You must have heard surely of movie magic.
So here's the movie synopsis. 80s teenager Marty McFly is accidentally sent back in time to 1955, inadvertently disrupting his parents' first meeting and attracting his mother's romantic interest. Marty must repair the damage to history by rekindling his parents' romance and, with the help of his eccentric inventor friend Doc Brown, return to 1985.
It's Back to the Future. Nice softball to start. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
That's the first one.
So that's the movie. So we're looking for a phrase, and it's combine the name of the movie with the magic card. Okay, so the color of the magic card is blue. Does that
Go on.
give you a hint? Does that give you a hint
No.
as to the answer? No.
Easy.
Okay. I was going to say, maybe Angela might know it. Okay. So the casting cost is 2
You and a blue.
U.
I don't know.
Right. So
I got it wrong.
Back to the Future site.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
wow.
Back to the Future site. All right.
Okay.
Angela.
I didn't expect to get in, so
I thought it was back to
feeling
basics.
great.
Well, no, it has to include the whole movie. So Back to the Future
Okay.
site, right?
Okay.
Got it,
okay.
Angelo?
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I got you. Yeah.
All right. So, Angela, I'm going to give you a softball. The movie synopsis is: new rules enforced by the Lady Mayoress mean that sex, weight, height, and intelligence need no longer be a factor for joining the police force. This opens the floodgates for all and sundry to enter the police academy, much to the chagrin of the instructors. Not everyone is there through choice, though. Social misfit Mahoney has been forced to sign up as the only alternative to a jail sentence, and it doesn't take long before he falls afoul of the boorish Lieutenant Harris. Got the movie?
It's one of the police academies.
The color of the card? The color of the card is white.
Police Academy Rector.
Yes, you got it.
Wow.
Police Academy Rector. Very good. All right, Hockey. I think you should probably get this one. They're gonna get harder as we go. Let's say. Okay.
God.
So here's the synopsis of the movie. Fast talking, quick thinking Detroit street cop Axel Foley has bent more than a few rules and regs in his lifetime. But when his best friend is murdered, he heads to sunny Beverly Hills to work the case like only he can.
Oh, is it just called Beverly Hills Cop?
You ain't falling for the banana in my tailpipe.
I'm not going to tell you that it's right because I
like
need
Eddie
you to
Murphy?
get the whole phrase. So I'm going to tell
Okay.
you the next clue. The card is a colorless card.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Okay. All right. The casting cost is 2 colorless.
I don't know.
The type is an artifact.
Keep going, man.
All right. And the text is: at the beginning of each player's upkeep, this artifact deals 1 damage to that player.
I got no idea, man. I have no idea.
No? Angelo?
Beverly Hills Copper Tablet.
Yes. Beverly Hills Copper Tablet. Tom.
The steel.
Falling
Yeah.
behind. We're going to go over to Angelo. Here's the synopsis. Nerdy accountant Harold and his irresponsible friend Kumar get stoned watching television and find themselves utterly bewitched by a commercial for White Castle. Convinced there must be one nearby, the two set out on a late-night odyssey that takes them deep into New Jersey. Somehow the boys manage to run afoul of rednecks, cops, and even a car-stealing Neil Patrick Harris before getting anywhere near their beloved Sliders.
I love this movie. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
All right, so the color of the card is colorless.
I mean, I'm gonna need a little more than that, buddy.
Okay, the casting cost is 0. Well, next one. It is
man.
a land. It is a land.
Yeah. Doesn't help.
Doesn't help? You still don't know it?
What land starts with white? Or what land starts with castle? Or a castle Garenbrig?
No. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle Sangir. Harold and Kumar go to
Oh
White
my
Castle
God.
Sangir.
I had that one. You didn't give me a chance for the steal.
Hockey, I'll
Yes.
give you the points. I'll give you the points.
He's lying. He doesn't even know what that card does. Make him read the text.
Oh, it's like a stupid land that can
What does it do?
filter some. It can make I think Grixis colors, but at a really crappy rate. So no one plays
Yes.
it, but I've
Yes,
He's
yes.
close enough. Close
All
enough.
right. I'll give you the points. So that cancels out Angelo's steal. So now we are back over to you, Hockey. After high school slacker Ferris Bueller successfully fakes an illness in order to skip school for the day, he goes on a series of adventures throughout Chicago with his girlfriend Sloane and best friend Cameron, all while trying to unwit his wily school principal and fed-up sister.
It's the cinematic masterpiece, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
So now you know how the game works.
I have I got it.
We're cooking, baby.
The color of the card is white.
Bueller's Day Off. Keep going.
It is cost of 1 white.
1 white. No, keep going.
Instant.
White instant. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'm sure there's some sort of stupid white card that's like offering or whatever. But
Yeah, it is a stupid white card. The text of the
Keep
card
going.
says target creature can't attack or block this turn, and it's from Nemesis.
No,
Like no one plays it. I
don't have it.
Angela, do you know it without looking it up?
Is it off card?
No, it's off balance. Ferris
Off
balance.
Bueller's Day Off.
I have a foil one, and I don't even know the name of it. I can see the card in my head.
Angela, here's one for you. A team of elite commandos on a secret mission in a Central American jungle come to find themselves hunted by an extraterrestrial warrior.
Predator.
You got it, Predator.
Okay.
The color of the card is green and blue.
Green and blue. I don't remember the name of this card. Keep going.
The casting cost is 1 GU.
Oh, no. I don't know what this is.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I used to play this card, so I know this one.
I have no
Type
idea.
is creature beast.
Yeah, keep going. Read me the text.
The text is, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment that player can.
Trigon Predator.
Trigon Predator. You got it on the text.
You said it was UG. Isn't it 1 UG?
Yes, I said the color was blue-green.
You said
And
one. You
then
said
the
one.
cast-
UG.
Yeah,
I think.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Hockey. Sarah has moved from a small Midwestern town to the south side of Chicago when her mother dies in a car accident and must live with her father. Soon she falls for an African-American teenager at her new high school, and he has less than idyllic past. They share a love for dance, ballet, and hip-hop respectively, and together they tackle the problems that go with an interracial relationship.
I haven't seen this movie, but is it Save the Last Dance?
Yes, I love that you had to qualify that you haven't seen it. It's okay that you've seen it. We've all
Well, like
Angela and I have seen it.
bunch of like dance related movies came out. Like they come out in clusters every like 8 years. There's like 3 movies about dancing that come out at the same time.
Yeah, it's okay. Angela and I have both seen it.
I actually haven't seen it, but I'm going to go watch it.
Dude, you have.
I really never heard of this.
My
Okay,
wife
right.
just came in here and looked at me weird because she thought I'd be talking about magic on this podcast.
Oh, well, she was mistaken. Here's the magic part. The color of the card is black.
Save the Last Dance Macabre.
No.
What?
No.
All right, I got it.
The casting cost is 1B.
Come on, I got it. You let him seal after I got it wrong last time. Save the Last Dance to the Dead.
That
Oh,
is
'cause
what
that-
it is, but
Oh,
you did get
yeah.
it, I guess.
I was thinking of the right card.
Yeah.
In French, it's Dance Macabre. That's what it's called. I just plugged it in and that came right up.
Angelo, I feel like that should count.
Let him have it. Fine. That's not even a good translation, but
But it is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is.
All right, Angelos, back to you. I'm amusing myself. A new batch of recruits arrives at Police Academy. This time, a group. Hold on. I'm cracking up. All right. A new batch of recruits arrives at Police Academy. This time, a group of civilian volunteers who have joined Commandant Lassard's new Citizens on Patrol program. Although the Community Relations Project has strong governmental support, a disgusted Captain Harris is determined to see it fail.
I mean, it's Police Academy 2?
What is the subtitle?
I have no idea.
It's got to be the thing he just said. The
Let me read you that part again.
Community
A new
on
batch
Patrol or
of
something.
recruits arrives at Police Academy. This time, a group of civilian volunteers who have joined Commandant Lassard's new Citizens on Patrol program.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's the 4th installment.
4th installment.
Okay. So it's Police Academy 4 COP.
That's pretty good, but I'm not looking for the COP part. I am looking for
The patrol. I got you.
A white creature.
Okay.
A white creature with a casting cost of 1 W.
Patrol hound.
Yes, patrol hound. Why do you know that?
Because there's only a couple words that would go after that. You don't even have to know the card exists to suss it out.
You just say a magic related word, and then you
Lets you
might be
discard.
right.
It's a discard outlet.
Yeah.
Eric plays it in his life game deck, his cleric's deck.
All right. So yeah, it looks like at this point, so Angelo, you got 10 points. 10 points for that one. Should write all these points down.
But whose line is it anyways scoring?
It's based on which clue you guessed it on. We're going to go to Hockey. Maybe you know this movie. In the fast-paced world of NASCAR, a rivalry brews between rookie hotshot Cole Trickle and veteran racer Rowdy Burns. When both of them are seriously injured in competition, the former bitter rivals become close friends. With Cole's spirits restored by romance with neurosurgeon Dr. Claire Lewicki, and Rowdy still sidelined by injuries, Cole decides to race Rowdy's car in the Daytona 500 against an underhanded newcomer, Russ Wheeler.
You're not gonna tell him who starred in it?
Is this Talladega Nights?
I didn't say the stars of the other movies.
I thought you. Oh, you haven't. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Is that what it's called?
It is not that movie.
Then I don't know.
All right,
I don't know
so
the name of this movie.
I have to give you the movie. I'm going to give you the movie.
No, give him the
Yeah,
give him the lead.
I'll give you
actor
the
so can
star.
figure it out.
I'll give you the
Oh,
star
yeah.
of the movie. If I give you the
It's not
star of the
gonna
movie, you might know. Tom Cruise.
It will.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
Narrows it
I
down.
think you're a lot
I
younger.
don't
than
know.
us. All right, so the movie is Angelo,
Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder. All right. And the card is a blue card.
Days of Thundering. No, it's a red card. Next clue.
It's a casting cost of 1 U.
Days of Thunder. Keep going.
It's a creature, otter wizard.
Days of Thunder Trap Trainer. A card I played this weekend.
All right. Then Angelo, over to you again.
I think you have to completely miss on this for me to take this.
It's possible.
An unemployed actor disguises himself as an elderly nanny in order to spend more time with his estranged family.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
It's not creepy at all.
It's a red card.
I mean, man, you need to keep going.
Casting cost is 4 RR.
Mrs. Doubtfire Blast.
There you go. Mrs. Doubtfire Blast. All right. So I think that is 5 questions each. Is that right? 14, 22 plus 2, 24. It's a tie. Did I say 24 for Angelo?
There's
Didn't
no
I
way
just-
it's a tie. Because Angelo was like 4 points up before we did our last questions, and he's better than I.
Well, I mean, that math didn't have to be right.
I'm pretty sure it's a tie. Hold on. Yeah, it's a tie, guys. So
Great.
we're going to have to go to the lightning round.
That's what this is about.
Sorry. It is what it is. All right, so
Question here.
you guys can guess on every clue, okay?
I can't believe you had questions ready in case of a tie.
I have so many questions ready.
What do you mean in
So-
case?
The tie.
So we can
All right.
we can both jump in, is that what you're saying?
Yes, and so you can guess after every clue, okay?
Okay, clues. Let's go.
And whoever yells out the correct answer first after the clue wins, okay?
Yeah.
But you need to guess the whole phrase, right? So just
Yeah.
getting like the movie doesn't win, right?
This is like Jeopardy.
Okay? So we need the whole phrase. I'm going to give you the first clue, okay? Which is the movie
So
synopsis.
should we even shout out the movie?
You don't have to.
We don't get anything for telling anybody.
But you
All right,
can
got it.
guess, you can make a guess on the full card after the movie.
Yeah, I smell you.
Wayne and Garth battle to save their show and Wayne's girlfriend.
Wayne's World Gorger Dragon.
That's a good guess, but that was not it.
Oh, I mean, that should be the answer, but keep going.
Angela,
The
you're
answer is-
allowed to guess also.
I know I can't think of any cards, so I'm gonna let you keep going because the ball's in my court, right?
Yeah.
Or is he allowed to just start throwing words out
Person can guess once per clue, so you have no
Oh, so-
incentive to
there?
not guess.
Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. So, Wayne's World. What other cards start with World?
Probably a bunch of shit that no one plays.
I mean, Crucible of Wayne's World.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
It's a good one, but no. All right, I think you'll get it once I tell you the color of the card, so be ready. Fingers on the buzzer.
Yeah.
The card is green.
Nope.
Oh my goodness.
Green? I don't play that.
The casting cost is green.
Just G.
Correct. Still no
I got
guesses
nothing.
from either
I got
party.
nothing.
I mean, let me get a guess in here. I got nothing, man.
The type is an instant. Our listeners right now are screaming.
Yeah. I mean,
I've no idea.
it would be better. Like, I've thought of better ones than the clue you've got with Wax and Wayne's World.
But that is why I picked what I picked. I didn't want
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
be like,
Keep
you know,
going.
I know
No,
my audience.
we don't know, man. We got no idea.
Okay, so the text.
Wayne's Worldly Tutor.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
You
Yeah.
got it. All right, Angelo wins the first installment of Movie Magic, and I'm going to subject many future guests to this
Oh,
trivia
God.
show that I just created. So, Tom Basketball, Bryan Hockey, thank you for participating in Movie Magic. Thanks for being on the podcast. No, just joking. We do want to let you talk a little bit about Vintage Light Championships and the winning of that. People don't know your resume, probably. Maybe they do. I don't know how many tournaments you're actually under your real name and under your pseudonym. People search one, they may not see all your results. If they search the other, they may not see all your results, right? So you're kind of a man of mystery. Do you want to talk a little bit about that resume leading up to this? What are the big hits that you would say? I mean, vintage top eights, double vintage top eights, finalists.
It's interesting, like, what people consider big. Most people are like, GPs and Pro Tours. And I'm like, hey, I won the Romancing the Stones Invitational 3 times.
That's right.
I care about that event more than people who go to the Pro Tour care about the Pro Tour.
People who play at the TSI and the RTS events, there are always some people in the top 16, top 8, always. So you're playing against solid players. It's not easy.
Yeah, we got at the last land, we got a picture of the 10 people that got second at Eternal Weekend at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh. But like my Eternal Weekend list is, I've gone 4 times now. The first time was in 2018. I played Dredge. I think I was at like the 6-0 bracket, might have been on camera. And then I just never see a Bazaar for the rest of the tournament and lose 4 or 5 times or whatever.
Right.
And that was vintage. And then we all started playing Legacy. And this is kind of like, this is when I was starting to not like Legacy anymore. And just after like one round, felt so slow compared to vintage. Like we were just moving through like molasses.
Yeah.
I think everybody was like, I'm done.
The actual Vintage Light effect. And again, this is not a ding on Legacy. Legacy can be super fun and engaging for people who like the format and the pace. But if you're really used to vintage and playing vintage, I feel like it can seem slow. Yeah,
For sure. Yeah. So that year, we did nothing. We got no results of note. And then I went next year and made it to the quarterfinals of vintage. And I lost to Joe Brennan, who then went on to win the whole thing. Then the world, we skipped 3 years. Like we didn't do 3 or 4 years there. They don't count. And so it was 2023, I got second on Jewel.
Right. Yeah.
That entire weekend, I lost 2 matches the entire time. I didn't play a Legacy event. It's like I felt like I did enough by qualifying. And then the vintage top 8 was on Sunday.
Yeah. That was
Saturday
on Sunday.
was just sleep in, head on down this thing. But I lost 2 matches the entire weekend. We played middle school. I became the middle school world champ. If that, it was like 20 people at that tournament.
We register that as a very high achievement. So yeah,
Big deal. That's a huge deal.
a no cut Swiss +1 event is difficult to win. I'm just saying that's hard to win.
But I lost 2 matches the entire weekend. It was to the same guy.
Oh,
One
really?
time in the finals and one time in the Swiss.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that part of the storyline that you had lost to that guy.
Yeah.
So the worst part is in the Swiss, I was talking to him after the match about sideboarding, and he really liked my sideboard plan, and then used that plan against me in the finals.
Hmm.
But mostly it's it's a jewel mirror, so it's just like
Basketball.
you just show each other your opening hands. and
So you beat yourself by telling
I
him
played
how
myself.
to beat you
Yeah.
after losing to
Like
him.
yourself. So
Man.
it's at this point where I would kind of turn it over to Angelo because I gave him the link for the legacy. He is going to do a better job of interviewing you about your tournament.
Sure. Angela, do you have any like games you've made up you want to get out of the way first, or
No.
go straight into talk about Magic?
I mean, I
We
might
already got
ask
the
you.
game out. The games are out of the way. The games are
I might ask you which of your opponents was the best looking, but I don't expect you to remember that. I see. Okay, so there's 18 rounds in this thing, bro.
massive.
Yeah,
that's
it
why.
was
That's why I
15
was
rounds
telling
of
you.
Swiss.
You got to handle this. What do you want to know about?
So look, I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna say the match, and you tell me if anything stands out like that's remarkable about it. Okay, so you had round 1 against Orzhov Death and Taxes Yorion deck. Anything there? You beat this dude 2-0.
I mean, you sit down across Yorion and you know that you're going to win because they have filled their deck with 20 bad cards,
All right,
20 cards that couldn't make the 60. Like, don't play Yorion, guys. It's not worth it.
done.
I had hands that had 4 mana on the first turn in both those games, and he doesn't have any way to stop that. So we just ran him right over. It felt like
Bardu Death and Taxes seems kind of bad. Was this as like a weenie deck?
How did you draw? Wait, you had a draw. It says
I intentionally drew the last round.
no,
Yeah,
no.
so
You had a draw in game in that.
Oh yes, okay. I'll give that. Okay, that's round
That's
2.
actually interesting.
That's
to
round 2.
hear about.
All right, this is. There's a bunch of stories in this match.
Yeah.
So we start off. He's on the play. He plays a Badlands and casts whatever he taps it for white and makes a cat. Passes the turn, and then I play like Ancient Tomb, Petal Breaker, go, and then he taps his Badlands for white and Swords of Plowshares my Raker, and then Wastelands me, and I take a turn to play a land, and then he gets his turn again. He plays a land, and I go, point of order. You haven't had white mana at any point in this game. And the judges call the judge over, and they're flabbergasted that we don't know how to play Magic. But basically, like, he gets a game rule violation. I get a failure to maintain game state, and they don't rewind it.
No.
And he feels terrible. Like, he thought he had a scrubland in his hand, and he said scrubland when he played it. And so we agreed to send that game straight to the Shadow Realm and just intentionally draw it and start the match over.
Really?
Some gentlemanly play.
There's more crap in this match that we didn't really find out until later, once I learned how my cards work. Because we've lost 5 minutes total this game that we sent away, we ended up in time. And, we're in a board state where I have 30 permanents in play. There's no way he can win the game, but we're in turns. And it's the only way I can kill him in time is if there just happens to be a Raker on the top of my deck. And I draw the Raker. And I'm like, great, now I can play Karn and use his ability to get the Raker that has been Swords to Plowshares earlier in the game back. And like, we're the last match. There's 2 judges standing right there, and I do that.
Right.
Karn can't do that. Karn can only get artifacts. So it's possible that should have been a draw if we knew the rules of Magic.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, card can get. It's not a colorless card. It's an
No, I thought it was
artifact.
templated like Mystic Forge, but if you actually think about that for more than like 1 minute, that would allow Karn to get every land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
That would
boy.
be really good.
Yeah, but we shouldn't have been in a position where the game was going to draw anyway if we had that extra 5 minutes. So I don't feel super bad about that, but
Right.
That is not the only time I try to do that in that tournament.
It's icy.
And we find out later, and it's like, oh, might be. So
Well, I mean, it's Legacy, Eternal Weekend. People should probably know
yeah, I mean, like,
to stop you.
you know, in order to get away with it, I don't want to say get away with it. Like, I didn't know. They didn't know either, right? Like, none of us, neither me nor my opponent knew how my card worked.
All right, so you then rolled Azorius Control. That deck looked kind of boring. The Epic Storm. What the is that?
I have no idea.
Storm deck. Yeah,
That's just a storm deck.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
storm. This guy. Oh my god, it's like playing against Don Rickles. The guy's hilarious. Basically, it's extremely hard for him to win if we have a Karn in play, and so game 2 or game 3,
He needs LED and Lotus Petal.
yeah, like I maul. Like he could do it, but I mauled a 5, and my hand is 2 Ancient Tombs, 2 Karns, and Soul Guide Lantern or something. He thought seizes me, and it's just like, oh, well, great. And I play the Karn, and he doesn't get to do anything for the rest of the game. Start blowing up his lands.
Wait, so you lost to Hans in the Swiss?
Yeah,
didn't
I lost
rea-
the
I didn't
Hans in
realize
round
that either.
5. Yeah, he had double force Thoughtseize combo both games. It didn't matter what I did. There was no way. I lost to him, and then the next round was show and tell. This is where lack of format familiarity really, really hurt me. We're going like several turns. He's doing nothing. He's got a city of traders and an island in play. And every single person I spoke to about this story was like, oh, show and tell. I didn't think of show and tell. I didn't think of anything. I was like, what is this guy doing? It's got to be some card I've never seen. Like, that's what it's got to be.
City of Traders plus Island, and you didn't know show and tell?
I just, like, didn't think of it.
Legacy champion, Tom Basketball.
You know, I have a Karn, and I go and I get Local Metal Coating, start blowing up his lands. If I get Disruptor Flute and name show and tell, there's no way he can win because he's never going to get to 3 mana. But I didn't do that because I didn't know what to name. And then he plays another City of Traders.
Disruptor Flute taxes it for 2 only, I thought.
3, I think. But it would have been enough, is the point. Like,
yeah.
He was never going to get to 5 mana.
Yeah.
He plays show and tell, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Like, that's bad for me, but I could basically beat any creature he plays. And he puts Omniscience in play. I'm like, oh, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then he casts Emrakul. And at this point, I'm like, that's actually still fine. Like, I actually have like enough Eldrazi spawn hanging out the sack. But then he also had an Atraxa into like more crap. All right. All right. You win. And then like the next game, I just couldn't stop him. So, but I lost. Yeah, I lost rounds 5 and 6, and then I never lost again.
I think, Angelo, I mean, you may recognize the name of Hans Jakob Godek. He was my opponent in Eternal Weekend 22 when I won. He was my finals opponent.
I recognize Roland Chang.
But my point being is this was the finals opponent of Bryan Hockey as well. So we've made a permanent enemy, I think.
Yeah, this guy is going to make a guy.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
He knocked Mike out in 2022 as well.
Yes,
in the quarterfinals.
He played Mike. Mike had his first go at him and because I was like, Mike, you just got to win this. If Mike had won that match, Mike was going to be my opponent in the finals.
Oh, that would have
been just wonderful.
So you didn't lose again, and then you did draw in that last round to Tommy Ray, who I recognize as a fellow signature aficionado. What was his deck?
He was on Blue-Black Reanimator.
Yeah, Reanimator.
We played in the top 8.
So you drew into the top 8 against each other.
Yeah. Yeah, so
And
round
then-
14, I get paired against Roland Chang, who has not lost a game. He's got 2 unintentional draws and hasn't lost. He's lost games, but he hasn't lost a match.
Unintentional draws. He has 2 unintentional. That's brutal.
So his record's like, what, 12-02? No, 11-02. And we're looking if we can double draw in, and like basically he can and I can't. I have to win one of the next 2 rounds.
So you have to play because you have.
So
2
we
losses.
play, and I barely win. We have some really, really close games.
How much did you discuss it before? Did you discuss it at all before you sat down, or?
They don't give you a lot of time, but we talked about it a little bit. But no, I think he and I have met before, but
Did you say like, hey, I got to play, man? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he offered and kind of, I think he was the one who said, I think you have to play. So,
Okay.
I don't know how to do that arcane math.
Right. And so he said, I think you have to play. And then you said, yeah, I think so. Let's play.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And those games were extremely close. There's one where like I'm thinking through all the cards that he could have on this attack. He's thinking about how to play his attack. I think the judge at some point was like, you need to play fast. And I was like, no, it's fine. We're both doing the same calculation. And there's just every card he could have gets me to 1 instead of 0. And then he's dead on my turn no matter what he does. Yeah, the deciding factor was he didn't have Delirium for the Delirium Burn spell to clear my blocker.
The Unholy Heat.
Yeah, so he couldn't clear a construct token with that and then send the bolt to face. So he had to spend them both on the guy and then didn't do enough damage.
Brutal.
Yeah, and then he
Brutal.
lost the next round and ended up missing after being undefeated the entire day.
Oh, that's brutal.
wow.
Which it's gotta feel pretty bad, but
Yeah,
no,
so
he was-
many rounds of Magic to fall short, but you still have.
I mean,
to feel
all my
good about
opponents
it.
were really, really nice, and a lot of them were fun to talk to. But Roland was definitely the nicest. So,
Of course.
hope to see him again.
I hope he comes back out to the land again someday. That was pretty cool. We talked about it on a previous cast, but yeah, he drove the Porsche out to the land and had it parked in front of the barn. It's hilarious. So yeah, that sets up your draw with Tommy. Like you said, you had a Reanimator match, and you played him. So you played Reanimator twice in the top 8, basically.
Yeah, it was Reanimator, Breakfast, and then Reanimator again.
So some combo-ish decks that you took out with your combo deck.
I am a Leyline hater from way back, but the Leylines of the Void they're still hard for them to deal with. Like they have to deal with it with Brazen Borrower, and they've got 2 or 3 of those. The match with Tommy at some point, I have this very, very oblique line. I'm at 1. He's got flyers where I think I'm at 3, where I could get Ensnaring Bridge, and I know he can never bounce it because his Brazen Borrowers are both in play, and it's open deck list.
Is it open deck list for Legacy?
Yeah. Top 8's open deck list.
Were they open for Vintage too?
Yeah, the top 8's always open.
This deck, Hockey's deck looks like the kind of deck that Dwayne would like to play.
Yeah.
There's no workshop.
Dwayne definitely talked to me about the triggers, though, how that's kind of exhausting.
The Tezzeret trigger is exceptionally exhausting. There were multiple times in that tournament where my Tezzeret was pithing needled, but I still have to keep picking it up every time an artifact comes into play. There's just the Tezzeret on 12 counters that we both know doesn't matter.
But it might, at some point, matter.
It might.
Yeah.
You were on stream for the finals and for the semis. Were you also on stream for the quarters? I wasn't able to
I don't
be
think so.
watching at that time.
The semis is interesting because in game 1, there are, by my count, 5 total punts. The board position we're in is my opponent has no cards in his library and has, we're about to move to his turn. And the first punt is him just putting himself in that board position. He could have left a card in his deck and then it doesn't matter. The second punt is I have a Saga trigger that resolves and I have no idea what to get. And I could get I just get like a Lotus Petal, like whatever, maybe some mana will help. If I get Soul Guide Lantern, I can force him to cast his Memory's Journey, and then I have a Kozilek's Command in hand, or I can just, wait for him to cast his Memory's Journey. So that would win the game. And so so it's actually 6 punts, because that's a punt of his to not just do it in response to that. Maybe he couldn't. Yeah, he didn't have the mana. So okay, so still 5. So and then my next punt is in his upkeep, I cast Kozilek's Command to force him to draw a card to try to kill him. But there's no reason for me to do that. I should just wait until he does something and then do it.
Right. Because
So
if he's able Memory's Journey on the stack, then you respond by doing that. And then he does.
And so I just forgot about the existence of Memory's Journey and Frozen Reclamation. And I missed that when I'm looking at his deck list before the match. So when he played it, I was like, all right, there's a card that does that. I thought he was going to flash in Oracle with some sort of flash a CMC2, some card I've never seen. And so I've made a couple punts. But the real punt is the rare mirror punt where both players have punted on the same play. Because there's no way for me to cast that spell in his upkeep, I don't have priority. Because if he's passed priority to me, all I have to do is pass priority back and he loses the game because we're in his draw step after that. So essentially, I have tried to use the shortcut that you use in someone's upkeep in a position where we can't do that. He and I have basically both punted the game in losing track of priority there.
He has to do something in his upkeep first. Yeah. And if he doesn't do anything, now we're at a point where you can just say, okay, go to draw. And then he loses.
Like, if I wanted to be an angle shooter, I could have been like, I want to cast a spell on your upkeep. And he'd be like, go ahead. And I'd be like, you're dead. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I mean, what I'm supposed to do there is just wait.
He had to do something because his library is empty. So you needed to wait until he did that thing, whatever it was.
Him acknowledging that I'm casting that spell there, we all know he has to do something. So I feel like we have lost track of how priority works and we have to call it judge.
He had to have done it first is the whole point. Yeah. Wow.
That whole game is really messed up. And at that point, I'm like, he's not going to give me another opportunity. Like, you just punting a game this is it. This is where my tournament ends. But we managed to eke it out. And then, I faced Hans in the finals. The rest is history.
I mean, that one was pretty good, too, in that it really was one unimpeded game win from you, then one from him. And then it really was the game 3 that was the decider.
I think he punts game 1. We're talking about it afterwards. Because he plays the Tameo first.
Instead of Thoughtseize.
And I play a Mystic Forge on the first turn. I have no other action in my hand.
Right.
As far as I remember. I think there's cameras that can see your hand now, so maybe I'm just wrong. So I think it's, you have, like, the kind of hands my stupid deck has to keep, just Thoughtseize me immediately.
Read on the commentary. So again, I watched the stream. I was watching the match live. And he basically was just like, prioritizing setting up over X whatever spell. Because the spell you had was the ring in that game, correct?
No, I played a Mystic Forge.
Mystic Forge. But even that, like, oh well. Like, that's not the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Reed, I don't know. He's a better player than me. On stream, he said that was a fine play by Hans.
I think that's the correct play against a lot of decks, but I think it's strictly incorrect against my deck.
He had no other action. That was the other thing.
Is going to buy you more turns. Tammy is just...
but you could have had 2 bombs. You could have had Ring plus Mystic Forge, right?
Right, but unless I also have 2 keys and 2 Grim Monoliths, he could just take the Grim Monolith.
Yeah, so maybe that's a punt.
It's not a punt. Like, it's not like you had a win and then you missed it, but I think it's a tactically bad decision.
In the moment, he looked at you, he read that, and said, I need to prioritize getting some action going. And that was the wrong choice. But yeah, probably you're right. I mean, I would generally err on the side of caution there, but he's a really good player, right? He's been here before.
Yeah, maybe he knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he's doing, man, right? Like, so.
He's trying to win his third Eternal Weekend.
I think it was 4th. He has like a legacy, 2 legacy wins and a vintage win, I'm pretty sure.
Something
or maybe
like
it's
that.
The other way around.
He said third, but
yeah. Oh, maybe he said. Oh, so maybe 1 and 1. But I know he's won legacy. I know he's won vintage in Europe. Maybe 1 in North America. Anyway, bottom line is this dude's a good player.
Yeah,
he's not a slouch. He made a choice that he thought was correct in the moment. Maybe after the fact, knowing what you had, he's like, oh yeah, that was a punt. But he's been here before, so it's not like he's some noob. So yeah, you take it down, Angelo. I kind of took over there because I did watch the stream, so I had some things I wanted to ask.
Yeah, no, I got no idea what happened.
Sorry,
I was surprised when you told me. He told me this afternoon that Hockey won Legacy. I was like, wow.
Angelo's very tapped in.
I knew going into the event that if I come in with a deck with Force of Will in it, I'm going to mess up. I'm going to play badly. I don't know what's important. I need to be playing something that's really proactive.
You need to be asking the questions. Yeah.
I basically said, I want to play 4 of the One Rings because I can't believe I can do that. And give me 56 other cards.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, you might like the Raker deck. I was like, great, I want to play that.
Perfect.
And it didn't seem like I was going to get it. And then, like Ryan Bartley, I think I already said this. Ryan hands it to me. But I wanted a mindless deck that was just really powerful. And maybe I don't have to make a few sequencing decisions. And then I just end up with this deck that has 11 or 12 tutors in it. You got Urza's Saga, you got Tezzeret, you got Karn.
You got a lot of more decisions that you wanted.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to go get here.
This is actually what happened to me in the vintage, that when I got Karn and Tezzeret in play, I haven't played enough in paper to mechanically manipulate things fast enough and recognize the pattern of the cards on the table to say, what do I need to go get? Because on Moto, you just look at the deck list. I spend 2 minutes doing that, right? And then win. And it doesn't matter because it's my clock. If it is truly a different game in paper, and I did not play it enough times with that Tezzeret and Karn in my deck. And so like, look, I have a win on board. I have Tezzeret and Karn, right? Concede? And they're like, no, because it's champs. I'm just going to scoop it up. They want to see it. Like you said, you had some mistakes, but obviously it didn't come back to haunt you in the end. Those decisions were the right ones.
I think so. I mean, I'm terrified of watching any of the coverage that I'm on. I'm sure I played bad, but in my mind and based on the results, I think I played extremely well. And I think a lot of that is because I didn't have reps. I had to focus with my whole brain on the game. So I think that kept me in there.
Big props to you. Did you do anything specific for your food? Did you have any good prep, or were you just a normal, scrubby gamer? And
on Friday, I got chicken fingers and devastated my stomach. So my stomach hurt the entire weekend. And after that, I'd have a granola bar, and then later have.
So it actually helped you win the legacy, by keeping your stomach light and you just drinking water and granola.
I think so. I mean, who knows? But
shout out to the convention center chicken fingers. I think that's a good segue, actually. Hockey, maybe you've listened to this podcast before. Have you? Have you listened to podcasts before?
Of course not.
Most people don't.
Yes, I've listened to it.
Oh, yeah.
One of those 80,000 streams you get.
Perfect. So you probably are familiar with a segment that is the most popular segment of the show. It is called the Swag Corner.
I was wondering if you were still trying to make this happen.
It's happening.
It's done happened.
Okay. All right. Go on.
One black face mask, one black cap, striped jersey, and a bag mark swag.
Seriously, I've never seen anything like it before in my life.
Swag.
Angelo, what is the Swag Corner?
I mean, we're just looking for unique cards. I figured out the best way to ask this question, Raja. We played a lot of Magic this past weekend. Who had the coolest cards? Like, not the coolest deck, but like the coolest cards.
I don't know. The deck that Ryan gave me to play is fully tricked out. It's got signatures and everything. I had to call Judge once or twice to ask for the Oracle text
on your own card
because I couldn't read them.
Awesome.
One of them was like, I needed to know if Portable Hole could only target an opponent's stuff because I just wanted to cast it for Metalcraft.
Nice.
So that was cool, but
you wanted to make sure you didn't remove one of your own permanents.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Clearly, I should have called Judge on myself to have the Oracle text for Karn. But
so in your 15 rounds, you never once said, "Oh, that's a sweet deck."
Yeah, I mean, all the decks were new to me. All the decks were new. I did think that the blue-black Reanimator deck is probably perfectly constructed in the 75. They're never not doing graveyard stuff, but they can board out of a combo. Their opponent still kind of has to respect it. I said that to someone, but in terms of, hey, those cards are cool because they're signed or altered.
Yeah.
I'm not.
There has to be a
not that
version
important to
of
me.
some card that you were just that's or even interesting. You can't be so devoid of feeling, Tom Basketball.
Did somebody's outfit intimidate you? Or make you feel
intimidating,
like you were going to definitely beat them because they were wearing a clown suit?
No, all my opponents were super cool. I spent a lot of time looking at my cards. Yeah, I don't really remember anyone's cards sticking out, but that's also just not something that I care about as much as you do. The one really cool playmat that I did see wasn't in the tournament. The artist, I think the artist who made the playmat was there, and I'm not going to name drop here, but somebody got him to add a goblin. It's like a trinosphere, so there's like 3 circles. One of the goblins players, he had him alter the playmat to have the circles be goblins. It looks rad.
Our goblin loving friend Robin, I hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Robin played Merfolk.
He played goblins.
He
Like, he got like
we go.
second highest unpowered. I think he had the best finish out of anybody we know
Yeah,
other than Batista.
in the vintage, yeah. But he was unfortunately the second place unpowered deck. Oh, what a heartbreaker that is.
His deck list is listed as Is It Merfolk, but it is a Goblin deck. That's funny.
Yeah, MTG Melee doesn't let you type in whatever you want. That's why my deck is in there as mono white.
You have to pick
two
a known
portables.
archetype they offer you, basically.
And so he picked Is It Merfolk. That's funny.
So let's move on from cards. Did you have something especially good to eat then? Let's hear about that.
It is a tradition in my mind. After the event, you go out to dinner. You go out and get a nice dinner, and if someone did well, they're buying. But at this point, everyone's gone. Everyone's flown home.
Was it just like you and Robin?
Yeah, it was me and Robin. We went and sat at some overpriced, I don't know, maybe not overpriced. It was like a wine bar. I got some scallops. I got a whiskey sour.
Nice.
This is the best whiskey sour I've ever had. I don't even know the name of the place.
Yeah, some seared scallops. It sounds like a great little celebratory nosh.
For sure.
Sounds great, man. It sounds great. I will share that I went back to Pittsburgh Poke, and our friend who was there with Nam, Oliver, he's like, yeah, man, I mean, I live in Florida. I'm not going to eat fish in the Midwest. So sorry.
I'm not going to eat fish in the Midwest.
I was like, hey, respect, but I am. So I got a poke bowl, and it was great. I timed it out. I rolled in there like 15 minutes till closing time. Guy was all pissed. Nam walked with me.
What's he mad about? He doesn't have to cook anything.
He didn't. Yeah, but he was closing. But there were people sitting in there eating.
Closing.
Yeah. I mean, I've worked in food places, man.
And everything's saran wrapped and wiped down.
Yeah, exactly. You're never happy to see someone right before close. But you're right. He didn't have to do too much because Nam actually didn't get anything. I thought Nam was going to eat. He just walked there with me. Big shout out to Eric for organizing the Airbnb. I love the South Side. I love that we have stayed in the South Side the last few years for Eternal Weekend. Our Airbnb was split amongst several dudes. So it was a nice 3-story place that had 4 bedrooms. And I love on the South Side because you can walk to all the food places, basically. With that, I would say, Angelo, time to head into final thoughts.
Okay.
This has been an awesome episode talking with you, Bryan, the 2025 North American Eternal Weekend Legacy Champion. Bryan, I would like to get your final thoughts on the weekend. Here's your chance. Open mic for you. Take us home.
I mean, it's about the gathering, man. Our Eternal Weekend is the best. Go to Eternal Weekend. If you're not going to play Vintage, that's fine. There's stuff to do. It's great. The more I go, the more people I talk to, you start to know a preponderance of the people there. So it just makes it better and better. And I'm excited to play Legacy again a year from now.
In 1 year, look out, Legacy community. Tom Basketball's coming for your lunch money. Angelo, final thoughts on the interview with Bryan Hockey, a.k.a. Tom Basketball.
It's always fun to get in the mind of people who consistently get to the top. So thanks for taking the time to hang out, Bryan. It's been great.
Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got to ask, thoughts on Pierre Lacrosse?
Pierre Lacrosse is good. I've seen Francois Lacrosse. I like that.
I like that one better, yeah.
For the first 6 or 7 rounds, everyone would ask me. I mean, lots of people ask me my real name the whole time, but they would ask me, like, "What is that your real name?" And I'd say no, and I'd give them a different fake name.
Different fake name. Did you use someone in the chat when I was watching the final, the top 8, had Marcus freestyle swimming?
Yeah, it's like you've gone too ridiculous at that point.
Jump the shark.
Again, this is going to be our most listened to episode ever. So
100 listens.
100K, man.
just squeeze the value out of this. Just squeeze all the juice out of the berry. So my final thoughts are this, man. I'm really happy to have you on so soon after your win, because I know for myself it was still unreal. And even to this day, And I hope this happens for you, because even to this day, I'm just doing the shower thoughts, and I'm just like, man, I won the vintage championship.
Yeah, that has already started. That has already started happening.
So, you just kind of randomly think of it, and you're just like, this is just an ongoing point of kind of wonder and infatuation, and it increases over time. It's nostalgic, but it's just something that you will continually touch on in your mind and in your life, and it's, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, winning Eternal Weekend it's like a life goal, and to have done it feels surreal. Especially, I tried really hard not to think about the tournament as a whole during the tournament, just think about the game I was on. And so suddenly it's like, oh, I'm drawing the top 8. Like, when did this happen?
You can't, right? Like, you just play the games as they come. As you win, it does seem more surreal as you keep winning.
I think really the takeaway here is Raj and I both highly recommend winning Eternal Weekend. It's great. You should do that.
I'll give it a shot.
And we're going to be intolerable now.
We've been discussing a secret handshake, and we'll have some good stuff ready for you guys at the land.
We got to wrap it up. I'm about to burst.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Well, you've done it again. You've wasted a perfectly good 80 minutes on Full Warning, a Team Serious podcast. My name is Roger James.
I'm Tom Basketball.
And I'm BC Druid.
And we'll talk to you next time on Full Warning.
So serious.
Here we go.
Anywho, here we go, whose land this is. Full warning, we storm in the thunderous fist. Put your mind on twist, blow my haters a kiss. Destroy target enemy, just call me the abyss. Hype track, yeah, we back in the game is tight. Maidens in the DM every even ladies night. Gorging on the world, veins full of Carevex spite. AKA a Shakespeare, cause I always play right. Magical odd posse MOP type hits. Calling you E-waste like an iPhone 6. This is survival of the fittest, call me Darwinist. Babality, my finishing move, it don't miss. Read the writing on the wall as I tap my book. Soul guide energy, we don't need no hook. Ready to game, you lame, punch you right in your gut. It's like a webcam battle, you don't make the cut.
Game time.
This is serious.
All right, well, let's pee. Let's all pee, because I'm on my 3rd beer.